Hey, y'all, welcome back to the channel, Spirit Journey of the White Cherokee. Just want to jump back on here and just BS a little bit. I was just thinking about some stuff that was going on and some like conflict and people conflict in belief systems and different religions and things, because people get it's very offensive for people when people start talking about religion, because people are so anchored into belief systems and kind of hinge their life and all their behavior and everything off of it. So yeah, I mean, you can see where they feel really close to it and want to defend it. But hopefully, everybody remembers the Great Spirit, God, the creator of the universe, does not need little humans trying to defend it. It's pretty clear that the people on this planet not getting along has been a continuous showing of the worst thing that happens on this planet. It's all induced by people. Conflicts, all the most horrible things on the planet are induced by people. It's pretty simple to see. But anyway, I come on here because there is a lot of conflicts now arising in belief systems, because there is so much ancient knowledge coming forward now, becoming more widely known amongst the collective of people in different belief systems. So there's little conflicts happening where people are finding out that things about their belief system either isn't like what they thought it was, or they're just seeing enough to start questioning what is being taught. Anyway, me personally, I feel like anyone that has any concern for their everlasting soul, it should probably want to cover all angles that they can think to cover, as far as what they can find out about their soul, the relationship that they can have with their soul, and never just hinge anything to do with your soul on just what someone else says. That's just me personally. I don't give anyone that power. No one has that power over me. I decide that for myself, because that's what my sovereign journey, here in the garden, working your way through life, is all about. It's finding out for self. So, all the belief systems, they seem to all say kind of the same thing when it comes to know thyself. Like, all of them seem to be pretty much grounded, or at least pretty much all of them are grounded in that. They have that commonality, know thyself. And to me, those words trump the authority of any preacher, of any politician, of any elected religious official, all of that. Those words that they teach right there, they have it in their hand. It says, know thyself. So they're literally putting the authority in your own hands to know thyself. So they're telling you, they're only offering what they know. It's up to you to find out more and add to that. It's like building blocks. That's just my perspective through many years of working within my own sacred right and being around different belief systems. Anyway, we get on point. The reason why I made this, because I was thinking about that conflict and how it all hinges. You got ancient conflict going back to the battle between the dragon and the serpent, or the dragon and the eagle, serpent and the eagle, and all the way up to now, or more recent times, past a couple thousand years. It's been a lot of conflict, conquering lands and converting people to specific belief systems. There's always just always this conflict that happens, this domination that wants to happen, and people saying, in the name of God. No, that is man-made. That's not the creator. The positive creative forces that fuel this creation are the forces that are the nurturing aspects of creation. Now, there is another force that handles the downside, the aftermath of the created, it has to be broke down and decayed and all that kind of stuff, all that breaking down, that's taking away from creation and transmuting it back to nourishment for creation. That's a different aspect of the force of life. And so the creative forces nurture life, and then you have the forces that are required to break down the aftermath of it and feed it back to nature, break it down, turn it into nurturement for nature. Hang on a second. So anyway, with what I've said so far, just kind of reiterating all the conflict, I want to tie in the Kundalini aspect, because there's a lot of conflict between belief systems that were created, people re-educated into thinking a certain way, and then being trained to kill other people that did not think that way. Just a lot of that has gone on for thousands of years. It's that whole thing about you keep repeating the same thing. The definition. It's a definition. You keep repeating the same thing, and you keep getting a negative result that you do not want, but you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. Yeah, it's the definition of insanity. That's just look around the world and what's happening. But anyway, the Kundalini aspect and why belief systems had such a problem with it, and why the political side of belief systems, not necessarily the people, but the politics of it all, really launched an all-out attack on everything to do with harnessing life force. They wanted to shut that down, because they can't control a workforce if people are able to harness higher frequencies of energy that give them a higher train of thought. So they have to cut that out, and they do that with extreme negative impact. And but anyway, the reason why it all kind of ties in is when you get to the realization of the human genome being altered back 250,000 years ago, whatever. It's rough. I think that's roughly what science is saying. That's roughly the time frame, 250 to 300,000 years, something like that. And but anyway, so with that scientific reality that science says, and they might not teach it in school, but you can Google it or whatever, and you can find out that they do believe it was somewhere around that time frame. So you have an organic being that lived in one state of connection with this primal earth, this sacred water planet, and then you had that being altered with a different frequency of genetics. And per the Sumerian tablets, there a lot had to go on before they finally got it to work. So it wasn't just like bam and it's done. They had to really work at it to get these frequencies to blend. So you have a very grounded genetic charge within you, and then you have a very high frequency, like celestial charge within you genetically. And that's already the case energetically, but I'm speaking in terms of genetics. So that's how energetics are grounded. So it literally means that you're grounding the earth and you're grounding the stars at the same time genetically in your bones. bones to stones. That's the grounding aspect, the grounding rod of the being. So if you got bones, you're grounding those aspects. A primal being that was the origin genetics grown from this planet by this planet, and then the beings from other places, the Sumerian tablets, or one of the tablets refers to Anunnaki. That simply means those from the heavens that came to earth. And so when you get Kundalini involved, that Kundalini is elevations of consciousness. Okay, it's light. It's living life force, the force of life. That frequency is elevated with Kundalini. And what it does is it harmonizes those beings, the ancient earth being and the ancient celestial being. It harmonizes them. It harmonizes your vessel to them. So your trinity, you and them, synchronize better. And then that allows you expanded consciousness into the organic realities of those ancient beings, your ancestors. And there's a lot of truth, a lot of knowledge that comes from your ancestors. But anyway, that is why it is so shut down by belief systems that were changed by force, forced change into the people. And those belief systems were taught that anyone who did harmonize or elevate Kundalini, that those people were evil. And they were taught, they hunted those people and killed those people, and, always had bad things happening to those people. And that is why, because the ones that are in control of the workforce, the people that pay them, they are the ones that do not want any one of the workforce, anyone other than themselves, having access to that power, to those ancient beings. Because those ancient beings, they're anyway, I don't know, I'll just cut it short there. But if that makes sense to anybody, your ancestors are within you. You elevate your electrical charge, you can harmonize your frequency to those ancestors, expanding your consciousness, linking to them, receiving all kind of beautiful, amazing celestial and earthly knowledge, because the earth is in space as well. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Peace, one love, one light. Later.